And so now as we continue with my Casio watch playoff, this is the bottom of the bracket on the left side. This is very unique, interesting matchup because we got very, very different watches here. We got the G-Shock GM-S110 versus the MQ24. And I'm gonna briefly talk about these watches individually, and then I'll compare them and pick a winner towards the end. I do want to mention, I'm not a big fan of watch reviews where they just hold the watches, so I'm going to talk about the watches as I put them on, as I wear them, and then I'll switch watches. So first, let's talk about this G-Shock. This was an impulse buy for me, and I like the design because it's very, I don't know, sharp, futuristic, and it's shiny. The original one, I guess you call it the men's version of this watch, but it was too big. And so I decided to go with the S110. And I'm glad I did because it fits my 6¼ inch wrist, 2 inches from here to here, by the way. And it has a lot of great stuff. I do wish, though, that it had the day of the week feature. I think the other ones, the regular one has the day of the week here off to the left side. This one does not have that. You have to change it. Another thing that early on with G-Shocks I didn't realize, particularly these Anadigi ones, is they are very difficult to read. I mean, I'm looking at this watch. Yeah, it looks shiny and great, but I'm like, where are the indices? What time is it? And yeah, and so that's the reason why for the digital display I have to put the time there, because it was getting too difficult for me to actually tell the time on this watch. Yeah, I'm more so a practical guy, and maybe that's where the contrast comes in with this one. But this looks great, but I don't want to be thinking, okay, where is that pointing at, and where is this pointing at? What is that? Is that 4, 3? What is that? And sure, some people can probably read minimalist watches that have no indices, but I don't want to work that hard. So that was one of the downsides that I didn't realize until a lot later. But overall, the watch looks nice. It's very shiny. I like that it's metal. I like that it fits me. That's important for a G-Shock. But in overall practicality, it's very, very difficult to read. So speaking of not difficult to read, let's move on to the MQ24. Whew, boy. This, man, talk about very different watch. How easy is that to read, huh? Don't even have to think about it. It's almost as easy as a digital display. I got this watch because my brother had it, and I had seen it before, but I'm like, it's like a toy, you know? So, I mean, you get one of those gotcha machines, or like, you know, put the quarter in, the watch comes out. It's kind of like a toy, like, and probably is built like a toy. But man, is this solid. You know, I wish it was made out of better materials, and if it was, maybe it'd be a lot more expensive, so maybe not. But everything about this watch is just cheap. Band, the acrylic glass, just plasticky all around. But it's a great watch if you want to just tell the time. You know, and on the occasions that I do wear it, I mean, it's so thin and light. It just reminds me, I just need to know the time. I wish it had a date window. I know there are other versions of these simple, thin ones that do have the date, but I like this size. It's small. I think it's sub 30. I think it's a sub 35. Might be around there. But man, it's great. It is just a nice watch, and if you want to know the time, I'm glad Casio makes this one for a very affordable price. So I'm talking about these two watches. Man, this is like overkill. This is like, you know, this is like someone who's trying too hard. And then this is like someone who just shows up in like a sweater. You know, this is someone that's dressed up, wearing a power suit, and, you know, has a handkerchief in their pocket and nice dress shoes and wearing the $1,000 watch. And then this guy is, you know, just wearing the sweater and jeans and, you know, very comfortable loafers, I suppose. So they're very different watches. If I had to pick one, though, it'd be this one. And, you know, it doesn't mean that the S110 is not a good watch. Like I said, it fits me really well. And for a G-Shock, I'm happy anytime a G-Shock fits me. But in just overall readability, in comparing these watches, especially directly against each other, if I just want to know the time, this is way harder to read than this. I mean, even just in the camera, right? You're working way too hard, like way, way too hard to tell the time of this one. Again, this is nice and shiny and it has its place, but for simplicity, This one wins every single time. So I think this one's gonna move on to the Elite 8. Very interesting matchup on the left side of the brackets now that that is all finished up. But very excited to see how this one does against future watches, because it's so simple and easy and cheap and all those things. But we just want to tell the time, this is the pick for me. So thanks for watching.